of 30 yards, but every 15 yards, you're going to do 6 squats. Farmers walk 15, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll give you 20 kilo kettlebells. You got 16 kilo kettlebells. When you finish with that, 36 for your age, it's going to be thrusters. Touch the box, press up the dumbbells. When you've done that, that's it. I'm going to tire you out. This is you, mate. This is you. Bring it with you. Grab it.
DAZN has just dropped a brand new training camp series featuring Terence Crawford as he prepares for his highly anticipated showdown against Canelo Alvarez, giving fans an inside look at his intense fight preparations.
Getting the things that we need to sharpen up, sharpen.
Moving up in weight to your body feel. Because people on social media, they're like, oh, look at Bud's shoulders, blah, blah, blah.
I feel good. At 7 pounds, it's going to help. You know, you don't got to struggle and focus on losing weight. Still going to have to lose weight, but at 7 pounds, it's going to benefit me in the long run.
The video showcases some of Terence Crawford's most intense training routines, including a compilation of his sharpest shadow boxing drills, lightning-fast punches on the heavy bag, and powerful strength and conditioning exercises, giving fans a glimpse into his elite fight preparation. Another key highlight of the video was an inside look at Terence Crawford's diet and nutrition. It revealed his meal prep, dietary habits, and how he's strategically managing and cutting weight to meet the required limit ahead of his fight night against Canelo.
So how you feel about this pre-camp, bud? Leading up to real camp?
I feel good. I feel strong. I'm already in shape. Now when we go back to Colorado, it's just turning it up another level and getting the things that we need to sharpen up, sharpen.
Moving up in weight to your body feel.
Despite concerns about maintaining his trademark power and speed after jumping 14 pounds from his previous weight class, questions remain about whether Terence Crawford can carry the same explosiveness as he prepares to face the naturally bigger Canelo Alvarez. Now that he's tackled the weight challenge, Terence Crawford has launched into Canelo Alvarez, training with an intensity never seen before, pushing himself harder than ever in preparation for the biggest fight of his career. Crawford is training with relentless aggression, hammering punching bags, smashing mitts, running marathons for endurance, doing bodybuilding workouts, refining his footwork, shadowboxing, and sharpening every aspect of his game for the ultimate clash against Canelo Alvarez. Crucially, Crawford has begun sparring against naturally larger opponents, ramping up preparations for his September showdown, and head coach Brian "BoMac" McIntyre appears to have secured the perfect partner. Guatemala's rising super middleweight contender Lester Martinez, fresh off a devastating fourth-round knockout that handed previously unbeaten Johan James his first professional defeat, is working rounds with the 168-pound puncher to familiarize the Nebraska native with the size, timing, and power he must master while leaping from 154 to 168 pounds to confront Mexico's formidable champion Canelo Alvarez. The choice underscores Crawford's determination to acclimate aggressively, ensuring his reflexes remain razor-sharp and his confidence unwavering on fight night. When asked if Lester Martinez was a suitable sparring partner for Terence Crawford before the Canelo showdown, head coach Brian "BoMac" McIntyre confirmed, "We will definitely use him as sparring in preparation for September's clash with Saul Alvarez." Prior to the emergence of that super fight, Crawford's most challenging assignment was his 2023 bout with rival Errol Spence Jr., which Bud decisively won, solidifying his dominance in the pound-for-pound division. Asked by Boxing Scene whether Crawford's looming Canelo clash represents an even steeper mountain, trainer Brian "BoMac" McIntyre answered instantly, "Absolutely. Consider their resume gaps alone." The veteran coach stressed that the magnitude of this rivalry could make victory over the decorated Mexican champion a perfect career crescendo for Crawford, a two-division undisputed king. If Bud topples Canelo, he might ride into the sunset on the ultimate high. It really could be his final fight. Yes, it very possibly could, McIntyre concluded, smiling with quiet, confident conviction. Terence Crawford's team insists he possesses a secret weapon that will pose an unprecedented threat to Canelo Alvarez as their high-stakes showdown draws near. They believe Crawford's unorthodox, switch-hitting style could prove decisive when the undefeated Nebraskan steps into the Las Vegas ring on September 12th. According to longtime confidant Bernie, the Boxer Davis, no sparring partner or training regimen can replicate the complexity Crawford presents. His seamless adaptability, lightning-quick adjustments, and towering boxing IQ form an enigma Alvarez has never solved across a storied, multi-division career. Davis maintains that these intangible assets will prove the decisive, unsolvable puzzle for the Mexican superstar when the MGM Grand's lights blaze and history hangs in the balance.
To see them guys perform.
September 12th is official. Canelo and Crawford at Allegiant Stadium. Give me your first reaction to that getting announced.
Super excited, super excited. Like I say, a lot of people are saying about Crawford's age, but no boxing, no life, as Canelo would say. And Crawford still, in age, but he ain't took no punishment. He's cautious, he works hard throughout these years, so of course you're gonna.
No one fights like Terence Crawford, Bernie Davis recently told Mill City Boxing, emphasizing that Canelo Alvarez will struggle to replicate Bud's fluid stance switching, timing shifts, and tactical unpredictability in camp. Some observers expect Crawford to channel elements of Floyd Mayweather's blueprint: slippery lateral movement, pinpoint counters, and ironclad defense, merely to neutralize the Mexican's vaunted power. Yet Davis contends the WBO champion intends to do far more than survive. He believes Crawford will dictate exchanges, exploiting angles Canelo has never encountered. Skeptics counter that constant stance changes may prove ineffective against a seasoned veteran whose composure rarely cracks. Though Alvarez's punch volume has dipped in recent fights, his ability to bank rounds with thudding, eye-catching power shots still sways judges. Only fight night will reveal the truth.
You gotta count that in the factor, but in his heart and his mind and his spirit, he's still youthful about boxing. He loves boxing, and this is one way to get him up. He's a challenge guy. He loves a challenge, and Canelo is the biggest challenge you can get. We got to go up 2 weight classes, really 3 weight classes to get a guy like that. Hardest puncher, great counter puncher, tons of experience, undisputed champion, unified champion, a couple of divisions champion, and so we didn't get to Pacquiao or to Mayweather, but we get Canelo, and nothing comes.
Although Crawford's resume at 154 pounds is unassailable, his sudden leap to 168 introduces significant unknowns. Most fighters acclimate gradually, scheduling 1 or 2 tune-ups to let their bodies settle. Crawford instead will dive straight into a championship cauldron. On the opposite side, Canelo's last assignment, a towering, energetic, and ostensibly fiercer William Scull, offered an instructive preview. The Mexican controlled distance, tempo, and angles, systematically draining the younger man's offense and winning rounds with authoritative precision. That clinical display, Bernie Davis argues, demonstrated that Alvarez's timing, ring IQ, and seasoned patience remain razor-keen despite whispers of decline. "He still looks sharp," Davis remarked. "The man practically lives in the gym." His fundamentals, reflexes, and heavyweight-worthy leverage are unmistakably elite for anyone daring to doubt his evolution.